It's always easy to get injury with the back.
It's always easy to get an injury with the back, says hotel worker Yan Teng, demonstrating the technique she uses to get beds made quickly.
25分鐘到。
Deng, from China, says she has to clean a room in 25 minutes on a busy day and feels helpless when she can't.
我哋就感到
She says she and other workers skip their breaks to get work done, and the frustration she's experiencing doesn't need to be translated.
唔會剔嘅。
That's why Deng and other hotel workers are supporting Seattle Initiative I-124, which would limit the amount of space workers would have to clean during one shift to 5,000 square feet, or roughly 15 rooms, with extra pay beyond that. But I-124 would offer other protections too.
You're scared.
Ida Calderon tells us she served a mentally disturbed, nearly naked man room service one morning at a local hotel, fearing for her life.
The whole room was dark. He only had a blanket around him, and I had to walk past him to go deliver the order, to put it down, not knowing if I was going to make it back out of that room.
To protect workers, I-124 would also require hotels to provide panic buttons like these and to record any accusations about sexual assault or harassment.
I hope what this does is actually recognize that when women workers put policy together, it works for everyone.
Rebecca Saldana is executive director of Puget Sound Sage, which in a recent survey of about 100 hotel workers found more than half reported some sort of sexual harassment on the job. Saldana says I-124 would give hotel workers, many of whom are female and non-native English speakers, an important voice.
What we'd love to see is a culture change in how workers are treated in the hospitality field, and we want this to be an opportunity to be able to have work respect and dignity in their workplace.
It's really the wrong approach.
Shannon Sharon serves on the board of the Seattle Hotel Association and manages the Motif Hotel downtown. She says I-124's proposal on documenting sexual harassment especially has serious legal problems.
In this ordinance, there is really no due process.
The initiative says hotels must record all staff accusations of violence or harassment from a guest. Based on that employee statement, the hotel would be expected to refuse service to an alleged offender for 3 years, what Sharon sees as a clear violation of a guest's legal rights.
If the individual is accused, then they are accused, and they are put on a list, placed on a list, and it simply could have been a misunderstanding.
Sharon says the hotels she works with already use security buttons and are serious about workplace safety. She says training, as seen in videos like these, can be much more effective than what I-124 would prescribe.
That's where we generally find our mistakes, is the lack of training. So the ordinance really doesn't start with the foundation of training.
Sharon also points to the fact that unions, which are present at only 7 Seattle hotels, are dominating the discussion on I-124 and providing the majority of the measure's financial support. I-124 would require hotels with more than 100 rooms to help low-wage workers with health insurance costs and would require an incoming hotel owner to hire workers from the previous owner for the first 6 months. But Sharon points out, aside from the sexual harassment language, I-124 says hotels could bargain over workplace requirements if unions are allowed to operate there.
The fact that they wrote it, they underwrote it, they funded it, and then they carved it out seems suspect.
Sharon says her biggest issue with the drafting of I-124 is that hotel owners and managers were not part of the conversation.
It goes back to that seat at the table. I think we all care about the health of our associates, and that would have been a better place to start.
But now, after 20,000 people signed a petition to put this measure on the ballot, and with the approval of the Seattle City Council, the next step for I-124 is right around the corner on Election Day.
This initiative should not be supported as it is written.
It's really huge for the workers to be protected, because it is pretty scary on what can happen out there today.